Like either you love someone or you don't. Either you have chemistry or you don't. But that's not true. Like you can go through waves with someone. And honestly, like I gave this advice to a friend of mine like a very long time ago who's struggling with like her boyfriend, and she was like, we love each other, but like it's like we're not doing the things we used to do, and it feels weird. And I was like, honestly, I don't know if this person is the one, but like I've been with Michael for at this point 8 years, and it's like we've gone through waves. Like we go through waves where like one time, like years and years ago, we were like, wait, like it feels like we're just like friends, and we'll like catch up here and there because we were so busy and we were just starting our careers, and we were like, what's going on with us? And it's like you literally have to like work at a relationship and like put a conscious effort towards like keeping like the spark alive and making it fun and exciting, because when you're with someone for like over than a year, like that shit goes away. And if you're just like prioritizing your job and your friends and your social life and not your relationship, it doesn't matter how compatible you are or how great you are together, like you will lose a spark and you will lose the chemistry, and like that will just go away if you don't like put the effort towards it. So I feel like that was so relatable too, to hear that like it's so normal. I feel like it doesn't get talked about.
And I think, I mean, obviously I have no idea what kind of relationship Sophia and Peter Nelson had, like whether it was healthy or toxic. Part of me wants to think there's a little bit of toxicity just based off, I think she even mentioned infidelity.
Oh, I don't know.
I think I heard that. But in my past relationship, I feel like when you're not in a healthy relationship, you get so, I remember being so afraid of losing that, like having that fear of like, oh, I never want to feel like roommates. I never want to feel like a friend. And so you try to overcompensate, like whether it's with, you know, cuddles or sex or whatever it is, you know, physical touch has always been so important to me. But when you are finally in a healthy relationship, you realize like, okay, I don't have to overcompensate in this department, because I know that at the end of the day, like just because, you know, you're not going at it like rabbits every day for the rest of your life doesn't mean that you aren't in a healthy, happy relationship.
Right.
You know, if you don't fall asleep cuddling each other every single night, that doesn't mean that, you know, you're not in a happy, healthy relationship.
Yeah. I just think like the definition of like healthy and happy like means something different for everyone else. But I think at the end of the day, like you want to feel like you're enjoying, like you want to enjoy the person you're with, and you don't want to feel like you're with them because you're scared of not being with them. I feel like that's where it can get like unhealthy for yourself. And I also think like we need to like normalize the fact that like as we get older, you cycle in and out between like becoming different people. Like Michael and I always say this, the people we were when we were 18, when we started dating, was like became so different when we were 22. And we broke up when we were 22 because the people we were at 22 like weren't really that compatible. Like, we wanted different things and it wasn't working out. And then when we reconnected again, when we were like, I don't know, like 24 or whenever that was, we were compatible again because we were starting to like move and like align our lives like in a similar direction, and it worked out. And while like I think like taking that risk of breaking up was terrifying because like he was my best friend in the whole world, the first guy I've ever really loved, like treated me amazing, like I loved him. I honestly like was talking to someone about this the other day. I'm like thankful that we went through that. Like I honestly don't know where we'd be today if we didn't ever break up, if we didn't take like that year to like figure our shit out, because I like think like I made mistakes, he made mistakes, like we both did, and it takes time to like get over those mistakes and to like, you know, learn to, you know, accept each other again and get back into the relationship. But I also think like I personally needed that. Like I needed to know what it felt like to like not be with him and to like be alone. And now I know, and like we're in such a great place right now, and I've been so happy for so long. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, and sometimes it doesn't always work. Like I feel like there's a lot of times like for you, like when your relationship, when you guys broke up, like I'm sure there's a part of you that didn't think it would be forever, and like, you know, you broke up and you moved on, and that was it.
I'd be lying if I said that the breakup was cold turkey. I think, you know, we dated for, you know, 8 years, broke up, and we were broken up for over a year, but we were still in contact. We still saw each other here and there, but it obviously wasn't the same. But it's hard to just, you know, quit cold turkey when you've been with someone through so many life events. Like you have that attachment, but ultimately like that time apart, like you slowly distance yourself, and then you realize like, oh, okay, like either you're gonna realize like absence makes the heart grow fonder, and like this is someone I want to be with, or you're like, no, I actually can live without them, and this person isn't the right person for me.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you need a break, and I feel like people kind of shit on breaks, like to say like, oh, like if you go on a break and you get back together, like you're an idiot, like don't go back to your ex, like you are exes for a reason, you broke up for a reason. But honestly, I think if you are going through a rough patch in your relationship and it's getting to the point where like you think that, you know, it's over, you need an out, honestly, like give it a shot, and I truly believe what's meant to be will be. Like the universe will literally give you exactly what you need, and you just have to trust in that. It's easier said than done.
I know. And regardless of if you believe in the universe, because I know I don't, I just think like ultimately you have to just make your decisions. Like someone told me this years ago, because I was like, I'm so scared of like making this decision and it being the wrong choice. Yeah. But I'm also scared of not making a decision and that being the wrong choice. And someone told me not choosing is choosing. Like you being like indecisive is a choice. Yeah. And it's the wrong choice. So it's better to make a choice and have it be like, look back and be like, oh, did I do the right thing? It's better to do that than to like sit there questioning yourself for years, because you won't be happy. And I think like, yeah, in the end of the day, we're getting to the age where it's like relationships are becoming so real and people are getting married. So if you're like unsure, like, yeah, maybe try it out. Maybe like see what it's like to be by yourself. And I mean, I feel like ultimately, I know Michael always said, he was like, I'm the type of guy, like I never, like if a relationship ends, that's it. Like I walk away and that's it forever. And like I was prepared for that to happen, and it was terrifying. But like ultimately, like he gave me another shot because we like ultimately we were supposed to work out, you know. And I think if it should work out, hopefully it does. But I don't know. Very interesting.